All right, new day, new market. The city's waking up, and so are the charts. Every move on this screen has a story. Sometimes it's hype, sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's nothing at all. But if you look close enough, you'll see the rhythm behind it. No drama, no magic, just patterns, pressure, and people trying to make sense of it all. So let's take a look at where we're at and where this thing might go.
Yo, what's up, Master? We'll see if some people join in here. It is Saturday, so I don't know how many people are around. Let's wait a sec. The Litecoin looks good here relative to everything else. This to me looks like a completed move off the lows. Now we get sideways correction. And we'll see if we can break out next week. What did you post? What is up, MK? Yeah, Litecoin is like 2017 Bitcoin. What you posted here. I think Litecoin can catch up to current levels of Bitcoin monetary demand or pass it. Nice to see Litecoin still moving up against alts, even though the rest of the market is coming down. It's holding up against alts, against XRP. Yeah, I think like total transaction volume is probably pretty close to the early 2017, late 2016 levels to Bitcoin. Is Litecoin dominance up? No. It's been just because Bitcoin is such a heavy weight. Bitcoin dominance is grinding higher here. How do these altcoin charts look? ETH looks stronger than XRP. XRP looks so bad. It looks like it just got rejected here. And it's gonna come back down to the lows. And then probably maybe break through. That's what will confuse the most people. I think all the traders just assume if the market's going up, the XRP is gonna rally really hard. They've convinced everyone to buy at these levels. It seems like everyone is guaranteeing that when this looks like a clean 5-wave move higher, symmetrical wave 1 and 5, and this third move being super extended, it could just be done. and other things can rally. I still don't get it. All the meme coin people were saying the same thing. I don't know if XRP is top, but I think when attention shifts, like even if XRP gets the same level of social media and attention that it got late last year, it just seems so hard to move price unless it's like coordinated pumping. But I don't know. I feel like the whole market, all the traders, all these YouTube influencers are convinced it's like going higher. That's the perfect time to top, even if the broader market hasn't topped. They're saying the same thing every day for a year. This is it. I mean, we've kind of been saying the same thing, but not like this crazy. I still, I kind of can't believe that there's a vast majority of people out there that still think like, oh, there will just be some news announcement that's gonna pump the price. What happened? There's a Polish parade tomorrow? Yeah, I could go check it out. That'd be fun. I would never short XRB. You never know. We have all the sentiment signs and clean. There's various ways to interpret technical analysis, but this type of structure is highly reliable. Breakdown. So I'm more in agreement with Master that XRP is more likely top than Bitcoin. But who knows? Yeah, social media attention is bearish divergence. They had way more interest than 2017, and price can break the old all-time high. But still, who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if it rallied to $30 because this market is so dumb. But I would take a bet, like if there were put contracts to 0 over a 10-year time frame. I'd place the odds at XRP going to 0 as like more than 50% over the next 10 years. In vast majority of all the cryptocurrencies going to 0. People can't imagine it, but I think it comes. This industry got so distracted from why it started in the first place. What up, Vivaci? How you doing? Alright, I'll play the 120 song here in a sec. We gotta touch 120. 120 actually like has been more of it's more significant resistance than I thought, and I said this yesterday, but there's diagonal and horizontal resistance here. But I think upon the break of this, actually maybe 135 will be less significant than I thought it was. Still, 135 to 140 is resistance, but I think once we clear here, if this is the initial move higher and we get sideways consolidation, I think we just blow everything, all these resistances out of the gate with no like solid back testing forever. How does Litecoin look against ETH? Still haven't even moved. Still think a lot of these pair charts say the same thing. Still think Litecoin's going 10 to 100x against Doge. We just need to break out, right? Even though Litecoin has really strong fundamentals, which can pump the price 10x if we get the migration, we need the attention. Like, I feel like the mass psyche has limited attention span, and part of the reason why you get a few outperformers every cycle is there just has to be one thing in crypto to focus on, or one or two things that the mainstream culture talks about. In 2017 it was really Bitcoin and ETH. 2021 Doge, Polygon. Let's check funding rates, open interest, these liquidation maps. I think we took out most of the liquidity on the long side for Litecoin that we were looking at yesterday. Yeah. And now maybe we attack the shorts that are still open. It was pretty equal on both sides. It was like, these are all like $5 million. It's really not a lot, but Litecoin's thinly traded. Funding rates are really low now. We did wipe out some leverage longs. Like 50% lower than baseline levels. And open interest fell a little bit. Still not crazy high. But I think we have a lot of good signs. On balance volume is holding up. This should be the breakout. We already broke at all-time highs. Kind of retested the previous all-time high in on-balance volume on the monthly time frame. This is where it should expand. And Litecoin did move up. Out of the major coins, you know, the best on this recent rally out of the top 20. And this is just the move up into resistance. So, just gotta be a little bit more patient. MK, you should come to that Fifth Avenue parade. I'll go there with you. take a trip down here. We can eat whatever they're serving over there. Did Litecoin search interest even go up very much yesterday? Just a tiny bit, but then came back down. It's coming after on this next move higher. It's coming. So we gotta be prepared, friends. We have a small reach right now. But we've got a lot of memeable content. Where's Jackson at? I feel like Bitcoin's gonna go sideways here until tomorrow at the CME Open. If we continue higher early next week in Bitcoin, this will be the strongest move, like all cycle. At least the first move off the lows, right? Usually we moved up a little bit, consolidated. But this would be the most vertical we've seen off the bottom. Even the post-election rally with Bitcoin and all the hype, we had sideways consolidation for like a week before it rallied. And it wasn't that strong. This looks, unless it's just taking liquidity at the highs and going to come back down. If it continues at this rate, Bitcoin dominance going higher, this would be the most ideal scenario for Litecoin. The mempool, I think, is still pretty empty. I mean, the base fee level, low priority, is higher than it was even a few days ago or yesterday. Are people minting again? Doesn't look like it. 352,000 transactions, but full blocks and higher fees. Either means like blocks are being produced slower, but I don't think that's the case because difficulty isn't adjusting downwards. I think hash rate's going up. So these are probably just heavier weight transactions. Maybe long-term holders are moving coins. Are there? I used to follow a lot of on-chain analysis. Bitcoiners are sitting on 1.3 trillion worth of unrealized profit, and the market cap is 2 trillion. So really, you've only seen what, a net inflow of 700 billion all time, or maybe $1 trillion. That is not, I mean, people look at that as bullish. I just look at that as the marketing's worked and convinced people that it's going higher than 120K. Or higher than, way higher than this. To keep your Bitcoin position here at 120K. What's up, Shroot? Crypto Narcom. How are you guys doing? It's gonna be boring until Sunday, but Litecoin looks good. I'd call this like vertical accumulation, reaccumulation. This type of price action looks so scary for Bitcoin Cash. Doing well? Nice. Good to hear that. What time is it over there? Probably late. Oh, it's morning. Well, I don't think we have to wait much longer. 4 a.m. Oh, gotcha. Did I type in the wrong thing? Are you in the Christmas Island time zone? See how the dollar's doing? Hopefully the dollar breaks down here. Break down below this channel. Fuel the final blow off. What's the conversation gonna be like around Litecoin if it pulls the move? I think similar to 2013. It's just been so long. It's been like 11, 12 years. Kitchen Nightmares reruns. Oh, it's the Dave Ramsey show. I used to watch some of his other stuff. Never like consistently, but randomly at times. I ate at one of the steakhouses he owns. He put his name on. Yeah, 2013 run, well, just seems most likely to me. The expected future environment that I think we'll be in. Like, it's just the same type of consolidation that we had. Although this is like very early price history. It is very similar. Higher low, higher high, higher low, moon. Same with here. Easier to see it on the like 3-month time frame. remember hearing about Bitcoin as a kid, not until 2020. How long you been here, Vivachi? I just remember, I don't know why, but I have specific memories of hearing about it. I was in a hotel room and saw something on TV about somebody getting arrested. I thought his name was like BTC King or something. That's what, but I could never find that when I looked back. Maybe it was this. Oh. Robert Fayella. I think it was in 2013, 2014, yeah. September. That was the first time. And I remember looking at it in a college classroom when I was bored. The price chart, like just on Google. Searching. And I don't know why, because I was in an economics class. I just didn't think about it much until 2016. I was walking around a Target. I remember this. I don't know why. My memory is so specific for this. I can't remember a lot of other stuff. But I think I started paying attention on this rally here. It's at like 800 bucks. But honestly, most all the growth, end of 2017 to now, has been just growth and speculation. Inflation moving the price higher. If it was growing at real adoption levels, it'd probably just be like this and nobody would be excited about it. You were with your mom and she said, why buy money? Oh. Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, I think more people should think of it like that now more than ever. Why are you going to buy a yieldless asset? The only reason is if you think growth in users or monetization will increase. You can't grow users on Bitcoin. You can just grow average settlement size. So you have to believe that there's going to be a lot of high value black market transactions happening on Bitcoin. That's the only bull case. But there's just no evidence of that. And it has to catch up. It has to bail all the speculators out. And it's not going to happen. It's way too much leverage here. The chain can't functionally handle it. So they kind of pigeonholed themselves in to only one narrative justifies the price now, and it's like major speculation by the biggest companies in the world or the biggest nation states. And none of those types will actually ever need Bitcoin or be able to use it. So you're betting on a fairy tale attached to a religious belief. The trading mentality is smarter because these people are looking at like getting in and getting out. Oh, nice. Yeah, I should have found it in high school too, but I didn't. Yeah, it's hard to see. Especially... That's why I think it's so hard for most people to see Litecoin. Like, if I was in the same mindset I used to be in 10, 15 years ago, there's no way I would understand. Yeah, every time you saw the price going up, you thought it wouldn't go higher. I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen to everyone watching the Litecoin price. Because they don't understand where the growth can come from. I mean, it's just a tiny asset, and it takes very few, even if it's just all speculative demand pushing price. You just have to convince a small number of people that hold Bitcoin to diversify, and it can move the price a lot. Like 1% of Bitcoin holders rotating the Litecoin would pump the price to the moon. But it's like, it just starts at the margins. You convince a very small amount of people, if you're relying on speculative demand, to move over. But if we get the scenario I thought was most likely, transaction migration at higher value ranges, that pushes the price at least 10x from here. Just with the overflow migrating. No, I think that would convince everyone to reprice. Or convince a lot of people to diversify. If the two things happen together, it goes to master's targets. Just, I think people are thinking about it wrong. The vast majority. Just like in early Bitcoin days. Yeah, I think it's an easy 100x if we get a very large sustained rally in Bitcoin fee levels, or sustained demand for block space. Because in that environment, there's no, like, everyone would be forced to see it. Has anyone made any new Litecoin videos besides price stuff? Not much here. It's like every third video is mine. Yeah, 120/4 is 30K. I think you can get there. We've got enough disbelief. Typically, though, the largest winners rallied beyond the 2618 here from like high to low. I want to take the COVID wick from here. But yeah, roughly there. I think Litecoin goes there. But not. I need to go get coffee or something. I'm so dead right now. Just the price chart alone though for Litecoin compared to a lot of these others looks so much better. Litecoin is the only one that had a convincing like impulsive move off the lows. How's it going, Yod? It's going alright here. How are you? I'm gonna hide this for a sec. Eating some Wingstop. I had Wingstop like 2 days ago. I wonder what people holding on to these meme coins are thinking right now. This looks like it looked like a clear exit bump. Gotta eat like a rich man. On the way to Raising Cane's, there's one in Times Square that I ate at and it wasn't very good. I feel like all the fast food stuff in Times Square is like lower quality than the average. But I also ate there at like 2 a.m. It's weird, like Times Square is so popular, but the quality of food around there is like subpar. Well, I guess they have some good restaurants, but there's a lot of lower than average places. We did top on an hourly 9 both these times, and we bottomed exactly on the inverse 9, the buy side on the hourly time frame. We effectively reset the 12-hour countdown. We are gonna have a 9 on the daily though, unless price stays around here and closes below 119. 119.80, 66 in 2 days, so on Monday. And then again, I think this monthly 9 actually might end up calling the top. It'll come April, I think. Or March. March, April time frame. You like the Middle Eastern food there? Yeah, there's a few right next to me that are pretty good, actually. My wife doesn't like Middle Eastern food though. How does XLM look compared to XRP? I don't get this. Why did XLM pump just as much as XRP did, or more from the bottom? This looks like an exit pump. Looks just like the meme coin Shiba Inu pump. I don't know what we should do, guys. It's gonna not much to say here. We're just consolidating. Oh, what's up, Andrew? I didn't see your comments. Sometimes I suck at seeing comments. I suck at reading them. But yeah, it should be an exciting week. For real. I think decent odds we break out next week. But this month, we've got to break 150 and start that major move. I'd say October, this whole 3-month candle, this whole quarter should be exciting. And maybe we get a break for a month or two. Need about a 45% move to pass SWE. Litecoin should be ahead of these VC pump coins. Can definitely do that. I think we get above XRP. Target number 3 or number 2. I'm gonna grab water real quick. I'll have the lit VM people on Tuesday come talk to us. What did you guys think of Aztec? I feel like I wasn't at all prepared. Hope we're not last to pump. Well, we basically are already. Hey, what's up? Guarahari Das. I appreciate that. Thank you for the compliment. It's hard to find my channel. That's what a lot of people tell me. I don't have a lot of subscribers. And Litecoin's very niche. Like, to be honest, Bitcoin itself is super niche. Like, the actual speculate on it is popular and people think they know what it is. But the reality is there's not much interest in Bitcoin's underlying value prop or the technology. Or else everyone would know that Litecoin's the same thing. put in anime girl, then I kind of feel like I'm false marketing. I even felt bad about using anime girl in one of my music videos. This one. Oh, nice. Well, it's cool to hear. A lot of people have actually told me similar things. Or at least the people in my real life. I think none of them would have bought Litecoin had I not explained my point of view. What do I think about Dash and Zcash? I think Zcash, I honestly, like, my understanding of the privacy technology space isn't that great. I just look at what's being adopted by people, and this was in a pretty consistent downtrend for 7 years. The tech might be great, but it hasn't changed much, and it had a chance to compete the last decade, and it lost dominance. Monero's done better. At maintaining a real user base. I do think the privacy coins will do a lot better in the next phase of crypto, because I see these proof of work chains kind of working together. People swapping between them on decentralized exchanges to use them as money for whatever purpose they need, right? If they're willing to, I mean, they need something super private, but it's going to cost more because these are less scalable, then they'll pay. I think they'll be willing to pay to use it. But yeah, I don't know. In general, I think a lot of the privacy coins that have network effects and are adopted will do well in the super long term. Dash, I don't know. I remember this from 2017. It seemed like the people pushing for adoption just gave up. We could look at the price charts. I don't really know. Honestly, I'm bullish the proof of work side of this market so much more so than the proof of stake stuff. So I think either of these would probably be better than what's going on in proof of stake casino land. But what seems to me happening here with Zcash is a bunch of people got together, like significant with money, and influencers that are in the space, and they knew it was super illiquid and decided to buy it, and then suddenly start talking about it a lot. So you're seeing like big name people talk about Zcash now, and it's all at the same time as the price moved up. It's just relatively easy to pump. I think the daily volume on Zcash before it moved was like 5% of Litecoin or less. Like 2% depth on the order books, before this rally, it was like way less than 50% of this. I think maybe like 20-30%. Now they're stacked on both sides. There's more people trading it. But I don't ever buy into hype. Like if something pumps and I didn't see it before, there's no way I'm touching it. Oh, what's up, Guana? Yeah, privacy coins aren't really allowed, and I think they'll be continued to be less allowed, and that's probably bullish for the price. It means it's working, right? Governments don't care about something that's not adopted. That's like the view that it's the opposite view of the mainstream. Or the mainstream view is Bitcoin's so popular they'll never do anything about it. Right? It'll never be challenged. It's actually the opposite. They don't care until it makes an impact, like the state. And so if you start to see more bans or delistings, and you're bullish the long-term future of permissionless money, actually a positive sign from my perspective. Proof of work pump. Yeah, honestly, there's way more opportunity here and nobody's talking about it. I made a video on that actually. Because what became popular in 2017 and 2021 was just casino building on proof of stake chains mainly. But I think wait, where's my LTC playlist? Yeah, the proof of work alts. Wait, this was not the right graph. In one of the videos I made, I had a chart that showed Bitcoin at like 97% dominance amongst its competition on the proof of work side. And because Bitcoin doesn't scale, if this is going to be monetized, the opportunity isn't in BTC, it's in all the altcoins that compete with BTC. And Litecoin's the biggest competitor. I mean, that's the same thing, but it has 20x the adoption of any competing proof of work chain. And because of how I understand monetary network effects to work, they consolidate around a dominant money. That was originally BTC, but eventually it becomes too expensive. So the same process that happened on the first chain can happen to the second one. So I'd expect Litecoin to grow above every other Bitcoin competitor until blocks are full and fees are high, which is a long way away. Litecoin had the least controversy. Yeah, I think for this bull market, while the general public psyche is still kind of wary of regulatory risk and these types of things, Litecoin will attract more money. In the future, I think it gets pretty crazy in that the public perception of black markets changes quite a bit. They just become commonplace and normalized. So like when open interest is moving higher when price does? Open interest alone isn't necessarily bullish or bearish. But I think the fact that open interest is rising but funding rates dropped shows that there's more people on the short side than long side. It's a logical place to short. There's a lot of resistance here. But it gives you fuel for a lot higher if price breaks. ETF approval usually means a drop. Well, we've only seen approval for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and both both of those had a lot of anticipation for higher price increases after the ETF. But like nobody's really talking about all these altcoin ETFs. There's like hundreds. I think the market's kind of waiting to see what gets inflows. So I had thought for a long time since Litecoin had ETFs in process or in progress, that it would outperform expectations. Like the market wouldn't really think anything of a Litecoin ETF. They'd probably see it the same as they would see like a Trump coin ETF. Like, oh great. But the demographics that I think buy ETFs, like slightly older, are a lot different than the current demographics that dominate altcoin speculation. Just like younger people. So I think in general older people are a little bit more conservative. They'll want something that shows fundamental growth that has been around a long time. So I think Litecoin has a good chance to outcompete. And once it does, if it does, and it breaks out, then it just becomes this reflexive momentum feedback loop. And like what Litecoin needs for that moment is someone to explain to them the fundamental value prop and the way Bitcoin actually scales, like to push back at the maximalist ideology. Because if we can capture that reflexive momentum and tell people the truth, or at least the way I believe is the truth, and it will change. Like we can actually change people's psychology around how to value Bitcoin. Right now it's stupid. It's like, and it's been dumb for a long time. Like people think it's all or nothing. Like it's going to replace everything or it's going to zero. And the answer is never. That's never the case in any asset in human history. It has a very specific market that it can compete for, and if it's successful, it has a upper bound on price. But But I don't know. I think I can carry the momentum. If we have enough viewership, if this network effects of the channel take hold and Litecoin moons and a lot of people search around for it and stumble upon this place, I think we have a good shot at changing the culture around Bitcoin. I saw this work in the Litecoin community where people eventually adopted a different narrative after 2021. Like, so many people are calling it the second Bitcoin chain now. So I've seen it work. Is it a good time to get Litecoin? It depends on your risk tolerance. Obviously, my opinion is that we're going to break out on the higher time frames here and see the most explosive part of, like, the best performing part of the cycle, and better performance than Litecoin's seen since like 2013. That's what I've been saying for a while. So, but like, it's up to you to make up your own perspective. But obviously I'm not selling anything, and I have been accumulating Litecoin for a while. But nobody actually knows for sure what the future is. We just have our own individual theses. Dan Hellman? No. It'll be interesting to see what like Bitcoin influencers jump ship and like move over. I think most all of them are just opportunists. Don't really care. Just want to make money monetizing what's popular. I always hoped that would ruin their credibility and then they wouldn't be able to retain audiences over the long run, but it seems like people don't even care. They just continue to follow the same people. This guy went to North Korea. Mr. Beast uploaded a video. 2015. It's crazy. I don't want to see that. Yeah, no, true. Gorahari. Get the feeling that we'll break out soon. Look at Dash Zcash. Yeah. Yep. I would agree. It looks like it's in, like, seriously, nobody was talking about Zcash or Dash. Really. There's a few. But almost nobody. And now all these bigger influencers are talking about it. It'll be interesting to see when Litecoin breaks out how many similar types discuss it. I hope we're not overshadowed by those people, because it'd be super frustrating for some like influencers that just, you know, jump around at times to become, you know, suddenly are experts when they didn't actually pay the cost of being here over the long term. Let's see, what happened to Google search trends for Zcash? mooned. Oh, this is a common word, so. What market cap ranking is Zcash? It's 2.7 billion. Where does it say number? $43. Past Caspa. Lols. Oh, Dan Hellman. I gotcha. Yeah, Dan Hellman is cool. I should have him. Not this guy. Let's go comment on his most recent video. He's quite a few subs.
Dan, I'm back with another.
Nice work, Dan. Wanna tonight? Why didn't my comment post? Did it post? What?
Hey guys, Dan, I'm back with another
Oh,
video.
nice.
Today we're gonna be
I like
talking
it.
about why I think we're still going higher. I think
Want to hear Trump say Litecoin? Everyone will be talking about it, I think. But it'd be the dumbest. It'd be dumb, just like every previous time, you know, Bitcoin went on a crazy rally, or any cryptocurrency did. It's just silly mania stuff. I think it's gonna be hard for them not to comment on it. People like Elon or these celebrities seem like they comment on everything that's popular. That goes from unpopular to popular. MK, are you gonna come tomorrow to the parade? I'll meet you there. I'll wear my Litecoin shirt. What if he's around right now? It'd be hilarious if Trump came on my stream. Can't tomorrow? Okay. Just send it, yeah. Well, it's super boring, guys. I just wanted to pop on here for a sec. But I'm gonna go work out since there's nothing better to do. Alright, master. Litecoin over Zcash. At the lowest level since 2022. What is this chart even? It's gonna look silly. Have a huge 3-month reversal candle. Yeah, for sure. Guarahari, thanks for coming in here today. Glad you found the channel. Subscribe if you'd like. I'll be here basically every day for the next 6 months. Hell yeah, friends. Alright guys, I'm gonna go work out. Go get a quick gym session in. Thanks for coming, thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys are doing well. See you higher. Yeah, that should be the see you all higher next time. It's the closing theme for the next 6 months. Alright, I can play the flippening song. Well, it's hard because I didn't isolate this in here. I just have the full album on here. But it's on YouTube and X. Go share this everywhere.
They chased the trending lies. I held the chain they never tried. Now the shift begins to show, and they all ask, how could this missed the math, ignored the spine. Now they're shocked it's flipping time. Is this real? No way it flips. Wait, is Litecoin back? This can't be it. Flipping everything that's not supposed to win. Flipping everything. This wasn't in the spin. Flipping everything. The chart must be broken, but I knew the moment the silence was golden. Golden, 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 golden. They built their castles out of noise, while I stack coins, not shiny toys. They called it dead, they called me late, but missed the chain that mirrors fate. The second Genesis, the code aligned. Same creator, same design. It always lived beneath their nose. Now disbelief is all they know. The second Bitcoin never left, it just didn't beg for spotlight breath. Now price obeys what time delayed, and they can't grasp what's underway. Flipping everything, but not by hype. Flipping everything, by function, by right. Flipping everything. The market forgot that truth doesn't care what bags you bought. Flipping everything. They never saw it, but it was always here.
Alright guys, there you go. See you tomorrow.